So here's a cabinet picked up fairly recently for an incredibly cheap price at a thrift store. It was marked as $15, but for some reason I got 20% off my purchase. Right away, it comes with all these cassettes, and they're actually the incredibly expensive metal ones. The metal case and everything else. So the really high-end ones for the day. They're all meticulously labeled, have all their tracks listed on both sides of everything. You know, label maker actually was used on the cassette itself. That's a bad example. Label maker is actually used on the cassette itself, so they all have that. Big Black Sabbath fan, the person that owned this. And the next thing you notice is all of the cabling. So every single shelf has a plug, a light, which we'll try in a second, and then all of these cables. And every single one of them has a label on it telling you what it is, and they're all these incredibly high quality cables. So let's take a look down in here. You can see this person kind of bought into the whole, oh, it's got to be high quality cables. So these are all Monster through here. Again, every single one zip tied, labeled. And you can just see how many cables. I mean, we are assuming at least $500 worth of AV cables in here. Plus there's fans that are useless because they run too loud. I mean, they're useless looking as it is. And they don't really pull much air for the noise they produce. And then, you know, you've got your amplifier speaker runs down here. And just everything. So it's incredibly crazy. I do have most of the shelves, but not, as far as I can tell, not all of them. So it'll be useful at least. And then your pull-out videotape cabinet, as you'd expect for something like this. And then go up to the top here. Here's their power runs. I had to add this strip in because they have it tied down to where you would think there'd be another strip because you can't reach the power coming in plug. So I added another strip. But they had all of these with every single power cable having a label on it. It's for everything it goes to. Few plugs, but they're all the same brand. Woods strips on there. And then we go around to the back here. And here's where it gets interesting. There's all the very well organized runs. And even as it comes out, they have a label on it. And then you follow it down to the bottom through the standard cable managing grommets down to the end where they all have a label on them. And anytime they had to extend anything, it used these probably incredibly expensive Phoenix Gold female to female connectors. And then here's one strip for one set of lights. The other set of lights is up top. And then they have, I think the only thing they really failed at is the mains wiring. So it's stranded core right into the plug, no ground. That's fine since AV equipment doesn't have ground, but still weird to have it floating. And then they have just these little adapters screwed in instead of how you usually do it. So it's kind of clean, but still there's just mains kind of dangling back there. Here's the cans for all the lights. They're all labeled. And then your speaker out has the little push terminal style from the Age. And your two chunky mains connectors for the wall. One's that light strip there, and the other one's just the power that leads up to the front. And then these spare cables that do something. I think it's these runs, if I understand right, but still kind of dorkily done how it came out. So I'll just probably move those to the run there. And the other thing I missed, it did come with this FM antenna. It got a little squished while in transport because there wasn't anything we could do. This actually clicks up there to hide your collection, and as this was for a turntable, you can lift the top up, but we'll lose the antenna again. Dangle it off the back there. And so it stays open and change out your record. So we'll turn the lights on for it. Here, we'll do it the bad style where I walk over. Here's our extension lead so we don't have to move the unit. Plug it in. there's that light already on. And then all we have to do is come over to the switch here. And you can sort of see it glowing. I think it's designed to kind of light through the shelves, but oh, it is a dimmer. It just wasn't working before. I think it's a dimmer. Yeah, it is dimming. Just didn't work the first time I used this. Here we go. Just had to know how to use it. Still not the brightest, but it, you know, I'll learn. And then here's your useless, oops, I didn't touch the light trying to do this. It's your stupid fans that incredibly loud. So just go ahead and turn it off. Alright, well, so the next mission is to undo all of those cables. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.